Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. Reason why I haven't got you an update in about 2 or 3 days here, guys, we've just been so stable. I mean, really, Litecoin for the last week or two has just been like a stable coin here. We've been sitting around that $59 to $61, just fighting back and forth in that range. And right now we're at $60.05. We're down 0.33%. There's some different things that I want to show you. And first of all, guys, if you can bear with me today, I'm probably going to be sneezing and sniffling a little bit. I'm not feeling the best. We've had just crazy weather changes to where we've went from just yesterday like 65 degrees all the way down to 29 degrees and snow today. So things are just all over the place. Allergies, cold, whatever you want to call it, it's out of whack. But that's what's going on. If you hear me sniffling or sneezing, just bear with me. And also, guys, what I wanted to bring to you today, I've been really studying in this book. It's called Bear Market Investment Strategies, and I wanted to share something with you. Okay, so what this says here, it's talking all about the different investment strategies and bear markets. And as you guys know, we've been in this longer term bear market now for about 15 or 16 months. And as I continue to read this book, it says that the typical bear market is usually between a year and 2 years. So as you know, we're either out of it, guys, and we just started that uptrend. So down here would have been the end of that bear market, and we're starting to build that short-term and intermediate-term uptrend, or we are at the very last stages of this bear market. And what I'm going to read to you today is the action in the late stage of bear market and how to find success in that, okay? So take a listen to this quick, guys. Now, remember, this is talking about stocks and stuff like that, so it sounds a little different than cryptocurrency, but this is very important for where we're at in this stage of the crypto winter that we've been dealing with now for about 15 months. So it says, action in the late stage of a bear market. Now, if you find yourself in the late stage of a bear market and have confirmed it thoroughly with both signs of the times and the technical tools, your choices are simplified. You have to know that you are going to be buying soon. You have only to decide what and when. The when means, shall I buy now and collect dividends while I wait for the usually lengthy simmering period before a new bull market begins, or do I wait until it has actually begun rising? And what they're talking about, guys, you can see on a lot of these coins now, we're having that supply and demand shift to where, you know, on a lot of them, we're just really moving sideways, and we're starting to just move and starting to creep up, almost getting those rounded bottoms on a lot of coins, especially if you look at like the weekly chart. You'll start to see that how we've just been completely exhausted and moving down, and now we're starting to flatten out. So that's what they're talking about here. So now you start thinking in your head, wow, we're pretty close to the bottom here. No one's going to nail the exact bottom, but if there's a stock or obviously a coin that we're talking about, guys, that you really have confidence in, now is not a bad time to start dollar cost averaging into that to hold for the next bull market for when it begins. All right, so that, remember, I'm not your financial advisor, but this is a very smart time to start accumulating. Even if we go a little bit lower, guys, continue to buy more. We're so close to the bottom. You think of Litecoin, we were sitting there at $375 at one point. We went down to $22, and now we're at $60. Okay, so this continues to go on to say, the what means you don't just buy any stock that looks healthy. You pick those that traditionally, not certainly, mind you, rise fastest in the first phase of a bull market. This means the low price cats and dogs, or if you want to be more conservative, the low price medium quality stocks, but no blue chips. They come later historically. So what they're saying are the Omisegos of the world, the EOS of the world, Civic, all these different coins, you know, Digibyte, all these different things, they're going to rise so much faster at the beginning of a bull market than your Bitcoin would. And the reason for that is, guys, they have been so suppressed. We've lost 95% on many of these coins, so that they're going to make up gains faster. So if you're able to put in your money now when we're 95% down, you're going to have more of a percentage return on your money than you would putting it into Bitcoin right now. Is it riskier? Absolutely, but there can be greater rewards. So those are things you want to look at. And then as the bull market continues to move forward, then you want to start getting into more of those blue chip stocks. The Bitcoins, the Litecoins, the Ethereums of the world, those are more of the blue chip stocks, okay? So I wanted to bring that to you. Just really put it in your back pocket. I mean, guys, go through all these charts and look how low we are. I mean, you look at some of these. I was looking at some 10x pay, I think it was, went from $7 or something down to 17 cents. What was another good one, guys? I was trying to think of one. Omise Go went from $28 or $29 all the way down to, I think it was $1 at one point. Now it's like $1.80. We had Populous go from 120 all the way down to $1.50 or whatever. So, I mean, you think of these coins, guys, and if there's any of them out there, Neo, whatever, that you're confident in, now's not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging. Am I saying the bear market's over? I'm not saying that yet. I still need to see some more proof that we're going to get out of this bear market. I'm more conservative. Other people can say, hey, we're out of it for sure now and let's go, and that's fine. But for me, I do like accumulating during this time, but I'm not going to tell you that we're out of this bear market yet. Okay, we still need some more confirmation. We need that macro higher high on Bitcoin to happen. And I also feel as though we need to get over the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin. That's a really big deal. So let's dig into Litecoin here, guys. I apologize for that, but I really want to share stuff with you. I'm sitting here reading this last night on a Saturday night. I'm reading bear market investment strategies, and I've seen all this stuff, and I was like, man, I got to share it with my people here. So I hope you like that. But with Litecoin, what we're dealing with, guys, so this has been now basically since March 6th. We got up to around that $55, $56, and we've pushed up a little bit more, but we've really just been moving sideways. We've hit this spot to where it's time for Litecoin to decide, are we going to try to push up higher here and get through this first red overhead resistance that I have at $63.65? If we get through that, then we would push up to where we had this overhead resistance at around 68.46. So those would be the upside targets that I would be looking at. Remember, this is a lot of overhead resistance here. There's a lot of chopping here, so keep in mind. And in my opinion, guys, we still need that nice cooling down period so that we can continue to move higher. We got a little overextended here, and you can see how the price has been rising. The RSI has been going down, so you're having higher highs, but you're having higher lows on your RSI, and that's something that you always want to look at. Am I saying that we have to drop out of here? Not at all. Anything can happen in cryptocurrency. We can get pushed right up through there on a big stick of volume, something like this that we're not expecting, and we can continue to move to the upside. That can happen at any time in this space. The order books are so thin. That's why it can happen. That's why no one can be an expert in cryptocurrency. You'll see some of these expert videos, guys, people who have 30,000 subscribers, this or that. One day they're going to put, is Bitcoin going to $3,000? And the next day, hey, is Bitcoin going to hit $6,000? Bitcoin's in a bear market. Bitcoin's finally out of the bull market, or out of the bear market. We're in a bull market. So that's where you have to study these things for yourself. You know, especially when in this space, guys, when we get back into this bull market, there are going to be a lot of shady cats coming out of the woodwork ready to do cryptocurrency videos and everything. So really study yourself, learn these things for yourself so that you don't have to rely on other people. Okay, me included. So, guys, what we're seeing here now to the downside, if we do start to break down, right? First, we would lose this 20 EMA that we've held as support now for quite a while. We've been up above it without even dropping through it since February 5th. We've been holding this 20 EMA in green. All right, we had the golden cross over top, of the 200-day moving average, which was phenomenal. That's a great sign. Our 50 crossed over our 200, which is another good sign. Now it looks like our 100's trying to cross over our 200, which would be great as well. All right, but whenever you have price moving up, and then look at your volume here, volume should be swelling as we make a nice move up. I know a lot of people talked about volumes manipulated, but all you can do is go off the charts, guys. That's the only thing I can do. I can't tell you how manipulated the volume is or not in terms of how much money is coming in. All I can do is look at the chart and say, hey, volume's going down, price is going up, RSI is going down. When are we going to have that correction, basically? You know, I'm not the guy to jump in right here and say, all right, I'm going to take a chance and buy it now to get pushed to the upside in terms of trading. Long-term holding, that's a different story. But in terms of believing that we're going to get pushed to the upside, I think there's a greater chance that we can move to the downside before we move to the upside. That's just me. Remember, guys, anything can happen. So if we do start closing below this 20 EMA, then we'll look for support down here around that 50 moving average, which we do need to back test and see if we can find support off that at some time. We have not back tested that since this area right back here at around $30. We pushed up to that 100, we got rejected, we pushed back down, and then we started moving up, and we have not retested that for real yet. All right, so in my opinion, that's a big deal. I feel like we still need to back test that, and I almost feel like we need to back test this 200-day moving average again, which is coinciding with our intermediate term uptrend, this yellow line that's taking place right here. So that's what I mean, guys. There's bullish things that are taking place. We're still in this intermediate term uptrend. We're up above the 20 EMA. We're up above the 50 moving average, the 100, the 200. Those are all very positive things. All right, but a lot of the oscillators, though, when you start looking at them, they're showing that, hey, it may be time for that cooling off period to finally happen. And that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm being patient for. I'm not the guy to chase stocks anymore. I've done that before. I have chased coins, and then all of a sudden you turn around and it was a false break or whatever, and now your coin's down $5 or $10, and that's just not what I want to do. I want to be patient. And also in this book it talks about capital preservation in a bear market is the biggest thing, the most important thing that you can have, that to have a set amount of capital to where you can start putting in your money when this bear market is getting to that second stage or that second phase or towards the end of it like we're getting to right now. Could we have another 6 months of the bear market? Absolutely. Okay, guys, so keep that in mind as well. But could it have already been over and this could have been the bottom? Absolutely. That can happen as well. And you can even see the indecision. This is a little doji candle here. All these bars are so small because that fight between the bulls and the bears is going on, just fighting back and forth, fighting back and forth. And that's what I'm keeping an eye on. So we're going to see which way it breaks, because it's going to break soon. I promise you that, guys. It is going to break to the upside or the downside soon. It can't go sideways for much longer right now. Okay, so the next thing I want to take a look at here, let me get a few things off here. We're going to go to the stock RSI. And guys, days like this where we're just really moving sideways, that's when I really want to educate you and dig into these books. In this book, The Bear Market, just so you know, if it's something that you want to ever get into, it's called Bear Market Investment Strategies by Harry Schultz. It's a very good one. So let's go to our stock now and see what's happening there. All right, so on the stock here, guys, we're actually a little bit lower now. You can see there's more room to run to the upside. We're at 20 and 27, so we're actually a little bit oversold in terms of the stock RSI. But remember, that can get pinned down here for a while as well. That happens. Like down in here, you see for a while it got pinned down here. Over here, it got pinned for a while. And it can also get pinned at the top for a while as well, to where you can be up here, but the price keeps running. So, you know, oscillators are great, but you have to also take them with a grain of salt. You have to look at your RSI, you have to look at your stock RSI, you have to look at the MACD, all these different things to kind of determine where you're at and then formulate a plan. The next one, let's take a look at that MACD. We were just talking about it. All right. So with the MACD, guys, we are still underneath for Litecoin right now. We have not got that nice hook yet. And you can see the histogram has been in the negative. So right now the MACD is more negative. Okay, that's a little more bearish right now. Let's go to the Bollinger Bands. All right. And guys, I hope you like when I share my books and stuff with you. I really do that. I want to help people. You know, I'm not here to make the $10 a day that I get from YouTube or whatever. People go, oh, you make money off ads and this, that. Guys, I promise you, it's between like $10 and $15, and I'll put out 2 videos a day or whatever. It's nothing in terms of profit or whatnot. You know, that's why you really need to learn how to trade, and that's where it's going to come from. And that's why, you know, I'll put out these tutorial videos and stuff, because my channel is about wanting to help people learn. I got rear-ended in the bear market. I jumped in. I could have taken massive profit, and I didn't, because I was listening to the wrong people who just kept telling me to hodl, 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 even though we were in a bear market when capital preservation's the most important thing. So, you know, I should have known to take my profits. There's a lot of things that I've learned from this, but if I would have taken my profits, I never would have learned what I've learned throughout this entire bear market. And this is something that'll stick with me for the rest of my life. And now I can see how overextended to the upside and the downside that cryptocurrency can get. You know, when you see salt, I was even looking at the salt coin. I think it was $12 or some, guys. It's at 17 cents. I mean, to go from $12 to 17 cents, that is unbelievable. But it can also, in the same way, it can overextend that much to the upside. So that's why it's good to have your bags packed. So right here, guys, we're still kind of at the top. We're getting wedged between this middle band and this top band right here. So, you know, just being patient on this Bollinger Band as well. Things are starting to get a little bit tighter, and you know what tighter means? That means a break's going to come to the upside or a break to the downside. You see when they got tight here, and then we had that break to the upside. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's see if there's anything else I want to show you here. So let's get that off. Guys, right now it's just really being patient. You can see this one-day candle. Let's zoom into this. You can see how tight these are getting right in here. And this volume is just really falling off, which means a move is going to be happening. Let's go to the 12-hour. We'll just look at the candles here, see what's going on. You know, guys, we topped here. There's a top here, here, here. I mean, we just have not been able to get over this. Now, on the 12-hour, we're still up above this 20 EMA, which is cool. Now, let's go to the 8 to see if we're still up above it. And this is what I like to do, guys. Still up above it on the 8, fighting with it. 6 hour, we're just slightly below it. And then let's see the 4 hour, see if we've lost it or not. Yes, right now we're below it, guys. You can see that doji candle trying to wick up to it. But these are the things I like to see. Do you see all this rejection? You see rejection here, 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 here. And that's what I'm saying. When you see the RSI like that as well, that's, to me, as a trader, going by the textbook. All I can do is go by the textbook. I can't tell you what the market maker is going to do. The textbook would say there's going to be a sell-off coming for Litecoin. That's what I'm looking at, guys, and I'm being patient. I have capital set aside to where if we do have a nice sell-off for Litecoin, I'm going to want to long it in terms of trading at some point. I have some key targets, key areas that I'm looking at, and I'm not going to put my money into it until I see those targets met. Otherwise, I'll just move on to something else or wait for the next, super spike in Litecoin and then a nice pullback, jump in, trade it. It's all about trading them, guys. I can't tell you enough. Don't go into your bank account to buy stuff. Seriously, trade stuff. It's one of the best ways to accumulate. So, guys, this is what I'm looking at on the 4 hour chart right now. Just be patient, wait for the break, and we're going to see what's happening. See if we get pushed to that upside or if we're going to drop down. And if you like what we do here, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And, pay attention to these type of things, guys, like this. Look at this bullish engulfing candle right here. It was on volume, then we got pushed to the upside. Then we had a bearish engulfing candle. We got pushed to the downside. Bullish engulfing candle, pushed to the upside. Bearish engulfing candle, pushed to the downside. Bullish engulfing candle. And then we couldn't get up to the upside any more than that. So, I love to look at candles. I love to look at these different things, these moving averages, and people really underestimate the power of moving averages, guys. They act as very strong support and resistance a lot of times, especially on the 1 week and the 1 day. So let me know what you think about this video, guys. I apologize for not getting into too much here, but I think there's just some important things that we really needed to cover today. Take care, my friends.